Come in at night, let's spark a light and see where.
You were sitting on the couch looking at 2 pregnancy tests in your hands that shows different results. You were missing your periods and you knew what happened between you and Jungkook. So you wanted to confirm it, but last night when you took a test, it came negative. But you were feeling like taking another test in the morning and today it came positive. Before making any confession to Jungkook, you wanted to confirm it to yourself as well. The thing is, you both did not do any family planning, but in the moment of heat and emotions, you both got physical a few weeks ago. It's been 6 months since you guys are married, and it was very rushed marriage that you both didn't even get time to know each other. But instead of hating each other or blaming anyone, you guys cleared your visions after marriage. From the day one, you both decided to get to know each other well and slowly you fell for each other as well. There are many things that are not completely settled, but you guys are fixing it one step a day, putting efforts to this marriage and making progress which you both also enjoy. I should book an appointment. I can't tell Jungkook before confirming it. You searched for a nearby gynecologist clinic and made a call booking an appointment there. Thank you so much. You ended the call and exhaled deeply. Your heart was beating fast. You still didn't know how you'll reveal such a big thing to Jungkook. To be honest, although you guys are pretty happy and good with each other, you still hesitate a little bit for certain things. He's a little reserved type of person who doesn't like to talk or express much. His mother told you that you're special, that he opens up with you so much. Jungkook set his boundaries very strictly, but for you, he broke down most of them. I should go and get ready. You quickly picked up the pregnancy tests and walked upstairs in your room. You can't take a risk of leaving them behind and letting Jungkook find out. You came to the hospital and you didn't know you'll suddenly start to feel so nervous. Your palms were sweaty and your heart was pounding in your chest as you looked around. How you'll tell him that you're pregnant? How will he react? Will this child be a responsibility for him, or he'll be happy to know that he's going to be a father? There were so many questions filling your mind. A nurse came near you. You're John Wyan, right? You made an appointment over the phone earlier. You nodded. Yes, that was me. Please wait in the waiting room. We'll reach you soon. You smiled and nodded before walking towards the waiting room. You took a seat among all the other ladies who were waiting there. There was a slight hint of fear and nervousness inside you, but along with that, you could feel a little bit of happiness. Seeing them coming with their husbands, them taking care of their wives, the couples were looking happy and excited. You again thought about Jungkook's reaction, and if you really are pregnant, maybe things will change a little. Maybe this child will bring you more closer sooner than you both have expected. While you were thinking all that, suddenly your eyes fell on a familiar figure coming inside the waiting room. Your heart dropped because it was Jungkook, and what made the floor slip under your feet is the woman beside him. She was looking tensed, and so does Jungkook, but then fear surrounded you and you felt like your world fell apart. Jungkook's step paused when his eyes fell on you. He looked as surprised as you, but now there were tears in your eyes. You never thought you would see this day in your life. You thought Jungkook was different. You thought he accepted you and this marriage. Wyan, what are you doing here? He said, coming near you while you got up from your chair. He noticed how your eyes, which were full of tears, were fixed on the woman that was with him. He quickly realized the whole matter. Wyan, you looked at him in disbelief and broken. What are you doing here, Jungkook? And she? Wyan, first stop those tears. Whatever you are thinking is not even close to this. You didn't understand, but Jungkook was ready to clear everything before you make any assumptions, and this misunderstanding could break your heart. She's my cousin. You didn't know her because she wasn't at the wedding and she came back from the US a few days ago. You looked at the woman and she came near. The moment you heard those words, only you know how relieved you felt. It's like you came back touching your death, but you were still confused as to what he was doing with her. Hello, Ian, how are you? She said in a weak voice, and it looked like she wasn't in her best condition. You smiled at her. I'm so sorry for earlier. I didn't know you were his cousin. She flashed you a weak smile. Suddenly, a nurse called her name. Jungkook looked at her. Will you be okay? Should I come? You can take Vian with you. She flashed a weak smile at him. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. She walked away with the nurse while he looked at Jungkook. He also looked worried, and you had no idea about this whole situation. What happened to her? Jungkook looked at you. He signed you to sit and then sat next to you. Nona had a miscarriage. Your heart dropped hearing that, and your hand went to your mouth on its own. That's so bad. How did that happen, and why no one knows about it? I visited mom yesterday and she didn't talk about this. Jungkook looked at you. Because no one in the family knew about her pregnancy. What? One by one, you were getting shocked. You wanted to know what actually happened to her. Where is her husband then, or boyfriend? Did he not know? Jungkook looked a little angry when you mentioned the guy. He dumped Nona a few months ago. She decided to keep the child, but this happened. Oh no. You really felt so bad for her. I'm the closest to her in the entire family, and that's why she told me. I can't see her in that condition, but I don't know how to help. She has lost so much, and now her child. How can someone be happy after losing a part of them? You could see how Jungkook's eyes literally filled with tears. You have never seen him in such a state, and it shows how much he loves kids. For a moment you just forgot why you came here. While you were talking, the nurse called your name. Jungkook looked at you. Are you okay? Why did you came here, and why didn't you inform me? Seeing him panicking, you put a hand on his shoulder to calm him. I'm perfectly fine. Just came here for a little checkup. Don't worry, okay? He nodded and got up with you. I'll come with you. Jungkook, I'm telling you I'm fine, and you should go and check only. I'll be there too, okay? He wasn't convinced, but you reassured him and went into the doctor's office. Congratulations, you're 6 weeks pregnant. She said, looking at you with a smile, and you could feel your heart swelling with emotions. Happiness, fear, excitement all came crashing at once. It's your first pregnancy, right? You nodded. Then you should have brought your husband as well. This is the most beautiful part in a couple's life. He's here actually. Oh wow, then I think you would want to surprise him, right? This made you feel a little shy. Now that you know you're pregnant, you don't know how to tell him in a way you will give him the happiest news of his life. Jungkook came inside as the nurse told him that he can meet his sister now. She just had her DNC procedure and it might have been painful, but not as painful as the pain in her heart. She was going through a lot at once. Nona, are you okay now? She nodded. Yes, thank you, Jungkook. I never wanted to put you in this, but I don't know who to trust except you. He gently held her hands. I'm your brother, Nona. You are more like a sister to me. This is nothing compared to what you have done with me when we were kids. I will always be there for you and you can count on me. I want to see you happy like always. I thought I had something that I can be happy with looking at, but seems like God doesn't want any happiness to stay by my side. Why, my child? Why does it have to be like that? The door opened softly and you came in. Onni, are you okay? She wiped her tears and nodded. You could see that she wasn't actually fine. Onni, please don't lose hope. This was very disheartening, but sometimes God has planned something better for us. We just have to wait for the right time. She looked at you. I have always believed in God, Vayan, but I don't think He has ever listened to me. You hugged her gently because you knew she might need that. Jungkook was just watching you. He got one more reason to love you even more. Seeing your sympathy and support for others, your kindness, the more he knew you, the harder he fell. Trust me, Uni, it might take some time, but you'll get the best. Just don't lose your faith in him. Three of you talked for a while before you asked her to come home with you. Stay with us for some time. We haven't got the chance to know each other. It will be a good time. Yes, Nona, you would love Vayan's company and you'll get better also before going back. She smiled looking at both of you. You have already done so much for me and Vayan. We may meet for the first time, but I already know so much about you. Jungkook never stopped talking about you once he starts. You looked at Jungkook. I'm fine now and there are things I need to fix. But Nona, how can you go back in such a condition? At least stay for a few days and get recovered. She smiled before looking at him. Already fine, Jungkook, and thank you for being a sweet and helpful brother. I hope you both have a happy life till the end. You both are so precious. Even though you tried to convince her, she didn't stay. At the end, she went back to her country. You and Jungkook went to drop her to her hotel as she had a flight the other day. It would have been better if she stays with us for a few days. I just couldn't imagine her pain. She looked so heartbroken and sad. You said walking inside the living room as you couldn't stop thinking about her. She barely shows her weaker side to anyone. I wonder what would have taken her to reach out to me for help. Things were completely off track of her life. I hope she'll find someone who can heal her soon. She's such a pure heart person. Then Jungkook remembered something. He looked at you. Will you now tell me why you were there? Whatever it is, even a minor checkup. Please tell me. I just couldn't stop thinking about it. Your heart skipped a beat and suddenly you felt all nervous and scared. Jungkook noticed the changes in your expression. He came near you. Is everything alright? You looked at him and nodded. It was more difficult than you thought. You could see the concern in his expressions. Yes, everything is fine, but I have to tell you something. Tell me, Vayan. You know I don't have patience for the suspense. My heart literally comes in my throat. He was still trying to frame the words. Your palms got sweaty. Vayan, you're scaring me. Jungkook, I'm pregnant. He was about to say something but stopped when he realized what you just said. He literally froze for a second and your heart started even faster. What? You are pregnant? He slowly nodded and came near him. Now you were a little scared. I took a test yesterday but it came negative, but then I decided to confirm it and I found out I'm 6 weeks pregnant. I know this is very unexpected and we hadn't planned, but before you finish, Jungkook pulled you into a tight hug, making you completely surprised. Oh God, Vayan, you're saying that I'm going to be a dad? He broke the hug and held your shoulders gently. This was the first time you have seen him excited like this. Is this really true? Please say it one more time. Are you happy, Jungkook? I thought I thought because we didn't plan it, so I thought you won't. You didn't finish your sentence. Maybe we didn't plan, but it came as a blessing, and you have no idea how happy you made me after sharing this news. I'm just so happy that I can't even express. Today you have seen a completely different side of him, and you knew how amazing dad he's going to be. He kissed you and you felt butterflies. I love you so much. Thank you for bringing so much happiness in my life. My happiness lies in you, Jungkook. I'm so happy that you are excited for this child. It doubled my happiness. He smiled. Tell me, what do you want? You made me so happy that I just want to give you the whole happiness of this world. Your heart literally swelled with happiness to see him smiling so brightly. No one has ever seen him like this before, and you were sure that this child will make your bond even stronger. Nothing. I want nothing, Jungkook, because you have given me more than I asked for. But if you're asking, how about you cook something special tonight? He chuckled and kissed your forehead. As you say, my love, let's make the night even more special. I love you. He said, kissing you again, but this time on lips, and then he pulled you into a hug. You smiled before closing your eyes and wrapped your arms around him. I love you too, and thank you for being the guy who taught me that you can find true love even in the person you met under most unexpected circumstances.
I just really need someone